Hey YouTube. So I just got done interviewing probably one of the most remarkable men that I've ever met here on YouTube. And he has a fascinating story. And you can watch the whole live stream or you can just watch the interview here. I'm going to put you into it right after this intro.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
And now on to the interview.
I'm doing this because I want to help everybody else, and that help, if they want to help me, they don't have to. They don't even have to come to my channel. If they see the live and they like what we're doing, good. But if they don't, that's fine. That's fine with me. I'm not after trying to get subs that way. I'm after getting people that truly enjoy our channel and want to go see the things we do. And that's how I found you, because you do something that I enjoy. So I watch that because that's what I want to do, not because I'm trying to get you to sub to my channel or anything else. And that's what everybody needs to understand. And I think this is a good forum right now for you to have that. Obviously, is what your goal is. Your goal is just to gain new friends. I want new friends from around the world.
Absolutely.
And beyond my wildest dreams, I've gone over 3,000 subs. I had no clue that would ever happen. I got to a point when I first started that I was thinking, this is never going to go anywhere. People don't really care about coming and watching my content. I mean, we struggle to get to the first 100, and at the time, I thought, well, it doesn't matter to me because I'm doing it for us. It's not because I'm trying to do it as an income or to try to make something more of it. I was doing it for us, something that I could learn to do when I retire. So that's the reason for the name. It's time to get going. It's time for me to get out of working and start enjoying my life. For Christ's sakes, I'm 68 years old. It's time to get something out of this. Time to get going.
Chris just asked, have you thought about flying drones? And I know that you do have a drone and you do fly it from time to time.
Yeah, just go back in my videos and you'll see a lot of drone videos. It's just that when I'm in Southern California, it's near impossible to fly it anywhere. We have so many airports, and DJI is not forgiving. It will not take off if there's an airport nearby. But when I go to Wyoming and Utah, I've got a lot of, I've flown my drone around different lakes and stuff. And there are lakes around here too, especially when I was a federal employee and I had the perfect job. I was the West Coast manager for the Army Corps of Engineers for dams and rivers. The whole reason they don't want you to do drones, it's liability. A liability for the government. Somebody from God knows where can see the functions and operations of a dam, and they could do nasty things to them.
When you were working in the Army Corps of Engineers, where did you primarily work, or were you just all over the place?
I was all over the place on especially disasters. They would call me out to go whenever there was hurricanes or tornadoes or massive floods or forest fires. I would get called out for it. But my primary duty unit or duty station was the southern half of California, all of Arizona, Nevada, and part of Utah.
So what would be your most memorable moment that you had in your career?
The massive tornado outbreak that hit Alabama in 2011. That was the most devastating, destructive, multiple tornadoes hit and massive loss of life.
I was actually down there.
It was so horrible. I think it was where I had my most godly moment too, because I came across a family that ran out of gas on the side of the road. And there were a couple people in the car, and then about a mile down the road, I came upon the father with a little girl walking with a 1 gallon gas can carrying it. So I stopped and said, hey, can I help you guys? And they said, no, that's okay. We're just going to walk down until we find somebody that we can get a gallon of gas from. Then we'll go back. And I said, no, get in the car with me. And it was actually a pickup that I told them, I'm going to take you to the nearest gas station and then I'll run you back to your car. So when I got there, the little girl, actually on the way there, the little girl kept looking at my lunch that I had in the back seat. And I said, honey, are you hungry? She says, yes, sir. And I said, well, just open the bag and eat whatever you want to. Help yourself. So she was just sitting there, and I said, baby, are you going to eat? She says, well, if it's okay with you, I'm going to take it back and share with my brothers and my mom. So that touched me really bad. When we got to the gas station, I got their gallon of gas, took them back to the car, and I told them, come back to the gas station. I'm going to follow you here to make sure you make it. And I'm going to buy your tank of gas, and I'm going to buy you guys food in the store. So I filled up their gas and took just the kids went in the house, in the store. The mama didn't want to go. She was embarrassed. And so they were looking basically like a bag of chips and stuff like that. And I told them, no, this is one of those big kind of a truck stop type that had the things full of cooked food and all kinds of stuff. So I had them pick out everything you guys want, enough for all 5 of them. And then when we got to the counter, they had these great, big, huge chocolate muffins. So I had them put 5 of those in the bag too. So the daddy wanted to know if there's a way that he can contact me and pay me back. And I said, my payment was the smile on your kids' faces, seeing that they were going to have dinner tonight. I don't need anything from you. I just want you to know my name's Bob, and you don't need to know more than that.
Amen, brother.
Where it was hardest hit was farther north, up by Phil Campbell, and I can't think of the name of the city now, but it's the city where, I had his name, Sonny James.
Okay.
Was born and raised there. And it had a big, huge Levi factory. Well, the tornadoes, there were 2 of them that went through that general area that were the biggest of the bunch. And it demolished the Levi factory and all the trucks, even the trucks, they were finding parts of them a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
But the Levi's they were finding in Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. So I spent the bulk of my time, I took a team of people with me up in that direction, and I managed the 6 counties up in the northwest part of Alabama. Yeah, there was another time at that same outbreak that I had to put on my preacher thing, because this guy lost his entire family, lost his home, lost everything, and he wanted to commit suicide. They found him about a half a mile from his home out in the field by his horses that were out there dead. So I had to kind of preach to the guy. He was such a nice guy, but he was so down. And you can imagine, he lost his kids and his wife, and his entire place was brand new. And he was just in the process of finalizing his insurance on it. And he had nothing. My dad had trucking companies, so that's what they did. And they were really little disheartened that I was drafted in the Army. I was in the end of the Vietnam War. So when I got out, I was already an engineer.
Right.
So why am I going to become a truck driver if I'm an engineer?
Right.
So anyhow, it bothered my dad a little bit, but he got to where he understood and said, okay, well, yeah. So as it turned out over the years, I mean, I did far better than I would have if I drove truck and been a partner in his business. I did get my Class A license though, and I drove for him for about a year. And that's why I know the rules and what the drivers did back then. I mean, it's such a different group of people now. But I mean, it's that way in every aspect of our country. It's not just the truck drivers.
Right. And going back to, when you were helping out that family and how, the guy asked you, how do I pay you back in the future? I mean, you don't run into the situation anymore where people just help out people for nothing.
Right,
There's always strings attached.
Yeah, what's in it for me?
Right. And God bless you for helping that family, because that's the
Well,
way that I was
he
raised.
he lost his home, he lost his business, he lost his entire livelihood in the tornadoes. There was nothing left for him.
Right.
So luckily he got away with his family, and I know other people I dealt with there that didn't get that. They lost part of their family too.
Now, you guys are planning on moving to Thailand whenever your wife ends up retiring as well. Do you have any time frame when she thinks she'll be ready to do that?
We're thinking we're going to get through this year. We're going to try to get to Thailand in July or August this year,
Oh, okay.
and maybe stay there for a month or so, and hopefully the end of the year, the beginning of next year, move there.
I appreciate y'all for coming along for the ride with me, and we'll see you later on down the road. Bye-bye.